Hey everybody, my name is Sharon Quinn and I'm also known as the original Runway Diva, and you are watching Model Behavior. Class is officially in session. Today my guest lecturer is model Dawn Leak. Dawn grew up in the South Bronx with dreams of becoming a fashion model. That dream took her all over Europe, where she graced the catwalks and showrooms of Yves Saint Laurent, Jean Paul Gaultier, and many others. Welcome Dawn Leak to Model Behavior.
Thank you, Sharon.
Now, you and I are just meeting for the first time.
Yes.
And you came on the recommendation of my friend and former guest lecturer, Mikkel C. Smith.
Yes.
So, Mikkel's told me that you're a fashion model who is returning into the industry at the age of 50. Y'all, check this out. Homegirl's 50 years old. She looks amazing.
But you know what? I can't believe it myself, but like the old saying goes, black doesn't crack.
Come on, okay. Church. We're black though, 56 all day here, okay? You look wonderful.
Thank you.
So let's take it back to the beginning, and let's talk about your dreams from a young girl of wanting to be in the fashion industry. How did that come about?
Well, I was always caught up in watching a lot of TV, and I would see a lot of people on television, beautiful women, but unfortunately not a lot of women of color. But still, that didn't destroy my dream of wanting to do something creative and exciting. So I did tell my mom that I wanted to model, and she thought it was like totally ridiculous.
Why?
My mom's very conservative, and she feels that education is very important. And that's why she named me Dawn Leak, because she said she gave me a regular name so I will be able to get a job. So working 9 to 5. So yes. So she was against it, but when she saw my interests really growing, and I did like go down, I would say, make some wrong turns in which paying people a lot of money for bad photos. Yes, and I think a lot of young girls, they go through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you don't know, you don't know. It's as simple as that. But now, how old were you when this all started for you?
Like 17.
And how did you make that decision to bypass New York and go to Europe?
Well, just talking to some people, photographers and stuff, and they said for most black models, they do go get their start in Europe, and they thought that Paris would be a good place for me to start. And what was very interesting, I met this guy at City College that wanted to do some test shoots with me, and he ended up becoming my boyfriend. And he's pretty famous now, but I'm not going to disclose his name. Yeah.
You're just going to dangle that little bit of tea right in my face and then not tell me.
I'm going to build up to it.
Okay. All right.
And so I go over to Paris, and he says that I can live with him. And it was like totally platonic, you know, nothing. He was very serious. He's very, he was just very anal about certain things. He said, if you want certain things, you have to really work hard. I wasn't allowed to eat meat. I couldn't drink coffee, lots of water. I was basically like a vegetarian.
And what size were you in this?
I was a size 0. Yeah.
And you were still dieting?
It wasn't really called dieting. It was just a lifestyle, you know, choosing to eat healthy. And by eating healthy, I didn't have to really worry so much about my weight. And plus, I was very young at the time, so I just wish I can go back to those days. Now, I'm still trying to mimic that, but I find it's harder now.
No, not with that metabolism that comes at 50. No, you won't be doing that.
Well, thank you.
But the coffee and cigarette diet, that was the thing for models back then.
Yeah, but I never smoked. But I always loved a glass of wine.
So you get over to Paris.
Yes.
With your boyfriend.
Yes. We eventually became boyfriend, girlfriend.
But initially you weren't.
Right.
Okay, so you get over there, you're on this great diet.
Yes.
You're a size 0. Are you working?
No. I had to beat the pavement. I had to go out and meet agencies, and I was very nervous. But he told me what I needed to say when I get in. You know, don't appear to be too hungry, be very confident. I didn't have a lot of photos. only like maybe 3 or 4 that he took of me. And at the time, I was like you. I was bald.
Really?
Yes, but I didn't have any eyebrows when I went over.
Did you have alopecia, or you
No.
you just decided to shave them off?
He said I needed to stand out, so that's why I shaved my head.
Hold up.
Yes.
Hold up. So you, so your boyfriend, photographer, tells you, okay, the hair cutting, I get that. Okay.
Yes.
But he shaved your eyebrows? He told you to take your eyebrows off?
Yes, so I can be totally androgynous. He felt that that was an edge for me, and it was because I got with one of the most prestigious agencies over there, Elite Paris. And they told me, usually, you know, you have like a very strong look, but we're willing to take a chance on you. And that's what they did, because I said, well, you don't have to put anything out for me. Let me prove myself. Just give me a month. And within that month, I shot with Christoph Kuttner. I shot with Richard Avedon.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So everything sort of just took off.
Yes, it did.
See,
It happened like really
about
fast.
Shaving the hair.
Yes.
Because that's when I had my second resurrection too, when I cut off my hair in 2002. People were looking at me like I was crazy. But it was necessary.
Yes.
And I hope you please give me some pics, send me some photos of
definitely.
you with that
Yes,
shaved
I
head.
definitely
I really
will.
want to see that. So go on.
And I felt very confident in my own skin because I felt like I stood out from the rest of the girls.
Okay.
And so I felt like I had like a market for myself, like within the fashion industry. And then from there, I was able to get with other agencies. They sent me to London. I worked with select models.
Okay.
And then eventually switched off and went to Boss Models. And then expanded, went to Germany, Austria, Italy.
And then you work with some really big names like Gaultier, Yves Saint Laurent.
Jean-Paul Gaultier, Yves
So
Saint Laurent.
how did all of that come about, and what was it like? I mean, you working for the greats. What was that like?
It was kind of like intimidating, but once I met these designers, they're like regular people and they know what they wanted. You know, they know what they were looking for, and they're just very, even though they're perfectionists, but they were very like down to earth, not snobbish or anything like that.
They're not drinking the Kool-Aid. They're not what what everyone imagines.
Exactly,
that
very
they're.
professional.
Okay,
very professional.
And so you did Runway and Showroom?
I did print.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes, I shot for German L, German Max. I even got a shot for Vogue, but I'll tell you about that. I was booked for Vogue.
Okay.
See, this is why creative director Mikkel Cortez-Smith always says I should never be late. And I was hanging out that night, and I missed my flight back. I was in Italy, and I missed my flight back to Paris.
Girl, no, you didn't.
Yes. Yes, so I missed that opportunity for Vogue, but I was still shown in Vogue, but it was like via the runway. Yeah, so.
Wow. So what did you learn?
Don't be late.
To be on
As a
time
model,
is to be late.
you have to be on time.
Be early, baby.
Yes.
To be on time is to be early.
Yes.
So now so you've come over from the South Bronx. You done went to
Yes.
Paris. You've been in London. You don't work with all of these people, and you're still fairly young when this is going on, right?
Yes.
And
this seemed like time went by so quickly.
how long were you over there?
I was there for about like 10 years.
Wow.
Yes. And I decided to come back here for personal reasons, a split with my boyfriend, and just trying to get myself together emotionally. And my mom also said it was very important for me to come back so I can continue with my education. So that's what I
trying to
did.
hear that Marlon stuff. It
Yes.
ain't matter how much money you make. I need you to go get your education and stop playing. Okay?
Exactly. Yes.
So you came back. You mending your broken heart. You letting it heal.
Yes.
And you going to school. So now you went and got a master's.
Initially, I went back to City College, and I got my bachelor's in psychology, and then continued on, went to Hunter School of Graduate School for Urban Affairs, and which was like really weird for me because my sister ended up being my professor, and she's younger than me. So
Wow.
I didn't want anyone to know that she was my professor, you know, but I was able to muddle through that, and coming like out of like the fashion industry. I didn't know how to type or just do like write memos and stuff like that. But I learned how to get everything in order, and I ended up getting like a 3.7 GPA.
Wow.
When I graduated.
And then you went and you got a bachelor's and you got a master's. Didn't you tell me that earlier? So did you start working and utilizing all of those degrees?
Well, I went and I was basically working at one of these SUR schools.
Okay.
And I decided to use my fashion experience with these, you know, kids from the inner city, and it was a success.
So what did you do with the kids?
I put on a major fashion show for the school.
Okay.
And I just used what I learned, you know, having like the video camera behind, just showing, because we did like photo shoots and stuff like that, but just showing their images on screen as they walked the runway.
Okay. And you do runway coaching too? Is that part of it?
Yes, I did at the time.
Okay, so I'm trying to catch up to where I am. You modeled, went over the seas, stayed over there for 10 years. You come back, and how old are you when you come back?
I came back.
30?
I came back. I was like 33. No, wait, 35.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you go to school. You get your degrees.
Yes.
And then
I'm working at Liberty Partnership,
Okay.
and basically working at Hunter College with my sister.
Were you happy at that period?
I wasn't happy. I mean, I was very happy to work with these children,
But that wasn't
for
your
myself,
passion.
it wasn't my passion, and I just got caught up in the regular world, but I still had that drive in me to re-enter fashion.
Okay.
And time went by, and I just happened to meet, you know, Mikkel Smith. And what struck me about him, because I was feeling kind of like, okay, I don't know if I can do this, you know. And he was like, darling, wake up, you're beautiful. He said, you're 50 years old, come on, you're a star, you can do it.
And you don't look 50, baby.
But with him just telling me that, I was like, okay, you know what, I can do this, you know, and just getting my mind focused.
Now, you said something, I think I read it in your bio. You were hesitant to come back to the fashion industry at 50 because of all of the negative connotations associated with being an older woman.
Yes, you know, because it's youth-driven, and there's a stigma attached. Because sometimes when people meet me, they say, oh, wow, you're very beautiful. You used to be a model. And I'm like, I am a model. You know, but I don't want to have to defend myself and say that, you know, so it's like, okay, moving right along, but.
Young people just, I think they say things and they just don't even think about it.
You know, but when you mention your age, because people usually see models 16 up to maybe 24.
Okay, see, I gotta disagree on that, because I think of an older model and I'm thinking of, I can't really say her name, I'm gonna try though, Carmen De La Fiche.
Yes, she's like 80, she's like 85. And I think she's amazing.
That are not shooting like that.
Thank you. And she's worked for Terry Mugler. I've worked for him as well.
Come on, girl. Okay, just get that in there, all right.
Yes, I had to get that in. I had to plug that. Yes, I have. But his showroom.
I mean, come on. For me, life began for me at 44 when I was in Fat Chance with Monique, and I got a perfect 10 at 44 in the lingerie competition.
Nice.
So I'm not about to let you tell me my life is over and I can't do this again. As a matter of fact, I said modeling was not anything I ever wanted to do. I kind of stumbled on it and just realized I could take a good picture. So when I left, I was good. I was like, I don't want to do this no more. It's not fun for me. And the game has changed. I don't like what it's turning into. But I took a couple photos in 2017 that went over well. I don't know, I might have to reconsider coming back into it.
But you know what's like really interesting? Because you said the game has changed.
Absolutely.
And just talking with Mikkel, he said that's why you have to have other like props, you know, like rebranding, branding yourself, becoming more than a model.
But you also have a leg up on the competition at any age, because you're bringing experience. You're bringing knowledge from you. You know how it was from the beginning. You helped put together the playbook.
Well, thank you for that.
So no, seriously, any girls that have been doing it for, like you and I've been doing it for a long time.
Yes.
We wrote that book. Okay.
Yes.
So you don't get to tell me what's the word that I'm irrelevant. I don't want to hear
Yes.
that. You can't tell me I can't sell anything, because there's
Yes.
millions of women that are in my age bracket that will buy something that
Yes.
they think looks good on me and that might look good on them. So don't listen to none of that.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm totally like focused, and I'm just ready. I'm looking toward the future, you know, and I'm just ready to do my thing.
So you brought it up. What's
Yes.
in the future for you?
Well, I have several agencies that are interested in me right now, but I don't want to mention their names. And
But you're going to tell me that photographer's name before the end of the show now, right?
I definitely will. I definitely will. And having a launch party for my website that's going to be on social media soon.
And you also said that you're coming back, but you're not just focusing on fashion, which means that
Right.
you're doing other things. So
Yes.
what else are you doing?
And also, I'm taking acting lessons at HB Studio.
Absolutely.
And I have a wonderful instructor, Sam Groom. He's been in a lot of like General Hospital stuff. So he's real. He's a real actor. And I'm learning, it's like on camera acting. So I'm learning, a lot about that process.
That brings up an interesting question for me. When you were in your prime, not that you're not in your prime now. Let me rephrase that. But when you were first doing it and you had that first modicum of success,
Yes.
why not go into the acting and trying to increase those streams of income back then? Was that not allowed? Or
It was allowed, but being in Europe and not being able to speak the language, it was very difficult for me. So I just totally stayed focused on just the modeling aspect of it, not branching out into. I've done commercials, but they would dub it, so
and
a language barrier.
I just need to be clear on this. So the reason you stayed over there for that long is because you were having success.
Yes.
So it never dawned on you so you never sent your stuff to U.S. agents?
When I came back, I did get picked up by an agency, and I continued to work, but not at that level. And so, but then going back into the real world and working, with my sister, I felt that I didn't really have the flexibility like I had before. I couldn't really dedicate myself fully to
With
fashion.
a full-time, with a job? Girl, no. Yeah, I mean, you can, but I learned as someone who had a full-time job and did the modeling, and I worked a lot. You got to focus on one.
Yes.
But unfortunately, you can't do that because you need the money from the job to pay for the modeling stuff. So you have to you got to navigate that. That's some tricky waters to navigate through.
So you know what? I started doing like promotional modeling, in which like working big major events. For
What's that pay?
That honestly, it pays very well. I did stuff for Hugo Boss. Also, we did something for Skinny Water, and they paid like $7,000 for just trying to promote.
Stop
yes.
playing
Yes.
with
It was called Eye Candy, promotional modeling.
I did not know that. I mean, I
Yes.
knew that promotion. I knew there was some coinage you could get. I didn't know it was like that.
Yes.
Well, okay. So how do you get into the know about who's doing that? Who's looking for promotion models? Is that also through the agencies or?
Well, like word of mouth. Someone spoke to me about that because I said I really wanted to leave. I want to say secular world, whatever, but I wanted to leave that world, and they said, okay, maybe you can make contacts working events, and I said, okay, good idea, and I did make some contacts, but also by serving drinks or food, people still see you at that level when you're working around, a lot of celebrities. They're not
That's interesting to me because all of them started like that too.
That's true, but also what we're told by our boss: do not chat up the celebrities.
Even
You're
if
there
they
to
chat you up?
serve, but then we will get reprimanded for that.
For
We'll get
them
in trouble.
chatting you up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you get fired if they chat you up and you're not responsive.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No promotional.
And they will
modeling.
always accuse me of being too chatty anyway.
Because I'm very chatty. I'm
so
talking
like,
to
okay, I have to
everybody.
learn to be quiet. So, yes. So that was difficult for me.
Okay. Okay. So Now you're taking on camera and acting classes.
Yes, and I'm really enjoying that.
Why?
Because now I'm really like learning how to memorize scripts and trying to come across believable. And I'm studying Uta Hagen, and so it's about when you act, you have to be truthful.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can be honest in everything you're doing, because people can, even across the street, across the screen, you can tell if someone's genuine or not.
Yes.
I ain't believing that.
Yeah.
So I get, and that's a skill that you, as a model, we just had a live taping here a couple months ago where we talked about social media and engagement and knowing how to talk on camera, and a surprising amount of models don't know how to do that.
Because you know why? Because we're never asked to speak. You're just there to show the clothing, and just you have an image, but.
No, I get what you're saying, but if you are, because I came in, I'm like, okay, how can I make money wherever I can make it? And when the first thing I was told by my agent is to take ballet classes that'll teach you movement and how to be fluid in front of the camera. Take on-camera classes so you can be you can throw yourself into the commercial. And I did okay with commercials. I got a couple of national commercials, but I think as a model, particularly now in 2017, you have to think outside of the box.
Of
course. You can no
course.
longer just be a model, or you'll just be not working.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, you got bloggers now that are modeling. All sorts of crazy stuff is going on now, so you got to learn everything. So I applaud you, and I applaud Mikkel for seeing talent in you and nurturing that. And what a beautiful smile you have.
Well,
oh my
thank
goodness.
you.
Now, you ready to... just a second, excuse me.
I think I'll take a sip as
Yeah,
well.
you're going to need a sip.
Yes.
So you still don't want to tell me the
name of the photographer? Well, his name is Vincent Waffleman, but he changed his name to Vincent Peters. He shot for every Vogue magazine there is, and he shoots a lot of celebrities. If you Google him, you'll see.
Oh, don't think that I'm not going to Google when I get home tonight. I am.
And also, I have to give props to Ty Hunter.
Yeah, Ty Hunter, that's Beyonce's stylist, right?
Yes.
I'm trying to get him on the show, too. We working on that. But I like this. I'll be looking for my Mikkel.
Yeah,
Mikkel, put that out there. You shouldn't have said that.
Good taste.
I like that a lot. So now so you're working with Mikkel.
Yes.
What are y'all working on?
He's branding me. And
explain what that means.
Well, recreating my image, so I can just walk in gracefully and be more than just a model.
Now, what goes into rebranding yourself?
Website development, just everything. The way I dress, the way I present myself to people in the industry.
Okay.
It's almost going like back to school.
And has it been, have you seen?
But having really more experiential, in which is like hands-on, something that you can't just learn, you just have to do and perfect it along the way.
And how important do you think it is to rebrand yourself at this point in your life?
It's very important, especially now with social media. With it doesn't matter right now about me being 50 or a girl being 19. Everyone has to bring more to the table. It's just
you mean a skill set?
Yeah, skill set, not just a pretty face, like you said, dance, acting. You know, being able to articulate.
And be able to sell products.
Yes.
Because that's ultimately what you do.
And that's the next step. I would love to have like a makeup line for.
I was just about to say that because your skin is just beautiful. It's just glowing under the lights.
Thank you.
And a skin line for women over 50. Come on.
Yes. QVC.
Black women over 50. Come on. There's a market for that.
Yes.
So, all right. Now, you're rebranding yourself, and what I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. What What are you going to do next? As far as where's Mikkel trying to shift? What direction is he shifting you in? So you're already modeling.
Yes.
And you're working on the acting thing now. You want the beauty line. I don't know what I see, but I see something else for you.
Me being a strong businesswoman.
Okay, so you weren't a strong businesswoman before?
Well, I made money, but I didn't know where to put the money. Sometimes you just don't know how to invest your money.
Right. That's very important.
And that's where he's trying to position me right now, in which I have these opportunities, but then being able to see how I can allow myself to grow monetarily.
Okay. All right. So you made a lot of money over in Europe, and I got to wrap up because I only got about 2-3 minutes left.
Yes.
But, so you did you invest your money at all? Did you save it?
I saved some, but it's like a spendthrift.
So you when you came back, you pretty much had to start all over
from
again.
ground zero.
Okay. So and are you working? Have you shot now and working as a model? You back in it?
I am back in it, in which I'm revamping my book.
Okay.
So
you're testing and stuff now?
Yes, but I have shot editorial for one of these magazines, West 42nd Street.
Oh, yeah.
In which,
okay, I'm familiar with that one.
Yeah, in which I came out with my age. Yes.
You look like you shocked at it. This 2017, be who you are.
Yes,
I
look
agree. Great.
Thank you.
Don't sit on that. People ask, this girl, I'm 50. You used to model, no, girl, I'm still doing this.
Thank you.
What are you doing? That's what I would wrap it up with. Anyway, we are just about out of time. Oh, before I go, girl, tell them your website.
My website is still in the process of coming up. You'll find out at my launch party.
Okay. We are just about out of time. I want to thank my guest, Dawn Leak, for sharing her industry knowledge with us today. Now, before I go, as always, I'd like to leave you with a few thoughts. I want you to, 1, remember you can't change the game until you first learn the game. 2, always surround yourself with positive people and positive things. 3, do what you love and love what you do. And lastly, be who you are. But be who you are tastefully. Always have some class about yourself. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. And if you missed an episode of Model Behavior, now you can view our previous episodes on our YouTube channel. Just Google Model Behavior with Sharon Quinn and all of the previous episodes will come up. Thanks for watching Model Behavior, and I'll see you guys next week. Class is officially dismissed. Bye, y'all.